Hey friends, and welcome back to another pottery template tutorial. Today we are doing this adorable planter. I am so excited to share this with you today. So the first step, as always, is to cut out your templates, and then you need to piece together some of the pieces that just didn't fit on one page. So that's, I believe, all of the pieces except for the round one. Go ahead and tape them together where it says attach here. All right, and then you can go ahead and roll out a 1/2 centimeter slab. We're going to be using 1/2 centimeter slabs for this entire piece, and you're probably going to end up needing to roll a couple of slabs just because this piece is so big. So just take your time and fit your templates as well as you can onto your various slabs. Also, don't forget to reference the instructions for how many templates you need to be cutting out. We're going to be cutting out all of them once, except for PL2 and PL5. Those templates you want to cut out twice. Okay, once all your pieces are cut out, it's now time to start assembling. So we're going to start with the body of the planter, that's PL1, and you want to cut each edge at a 45-degree angle. This is going to create a strong invisible seam and slip and score to attach. And don't forget to blend the inside as well. We're going to repeat these steps for the planter foot and for the drip tray body. So that's PL3 and PL4. You want to take the short end, cut at a 45-degree angle, and slip and score to attach so you get these nice rings. Now we are going to start assembling our pieces together. So first you want to take the body of the planter, the biggest piece, and attach that to one of the PL2 circle shapes. So in order to do that, you want to mark where that's going to attach and slip and score where that attachment is taking place. and then trim the excess and blend it in. Next, we're going to make the drip tray. So you want to take that PL4 that you already connected and attach that to the second PL2. That's the second circle. So we're going to repeat those steps again, mark where it attaches, and slip and score to attach. And then, of course, you want to trim the excess when you're done. Next, we're going to attach the foot to the body. So you want to kind of center the foot as best as you can in the bottom of the planter and mark that, of course, and once again, slip and score and press to attach. Okay, well, we can stop here, of course, because this is going to be a functioning planter now. But if you want to truly make it the step planter and add all these extra details, we're going to be adding the PL5 pieces. So starting with the body, we're going to score. And this is going to be a slightly trickier attachment here because it's two flat pieces being pushed against each other. Just make sure you score it really well, take your time, and add some water to really bring that connection together. And then start slowly attaching it to the walls of your planter. Now, depending how wet or dry your clay is, it might not meet up perfectly at the end. Like, it should meet up perfectly at the end, but you can see here Bianca's ended up being a little bit short. It just depends if you manipulated the clay too much. This long, thin piece tends to get stretched out if you've moved it around a couple of times. Likewise, with the planter body, if you've moved it around, flipped it upside and down a couple of times, like you might get a slight gap here. No worries. What you want to do is just use your thumbs to kind of press those two edges together until they meet. This is the great thing about pottery, is that it's pretty manipulatable. You can kind of wiggle it into fitting. Worst case scenario, you trim the piece a little bit or just add some extra clay to patch it. And then with your rib or with a sponge, go ahead and blend these seams together. And then as you can see, Bianca is using a paintbrush here to kind of blend that seam. That's a really great technique for getting into these small cracks. All right, we're going to be doing the same thing for the planter base. Now, in order to make this a step planter, we added this detail to the bottom, but of course you can add this wherever you want. So we're going to repeat the exact same steps, score each side, add a little water, and press to attach. Now at the end, you can add a drainage hole. Bianca seems to have waited a little bit too long to add this one. That's fine as long as the pot doesn't crack. You can add a drainage hole or you can use a plastic pot inside to allow for the drainage, whatever you prefer. Once it's out of the bisque kiln, we can apply the glaze. We're just using our classic white glossy glaze. And make sure you wipe the glaze off of any parts that are going to come in contact with your kiln shelf. Back into the kiln for the final fire. Now here is the results of our step planter. I think that this looks so cute. It's a very minimal modern planter that can be used for so many different plants. I love the idea of making this in different colors to complement the green of your plants. And it's also a really good size, for a house plant. Of course, you can always size this template up or down to accommodate for different sizes of plants. All right, friends, that's it for me today. I'll see you next month with a new template. Bye, friends.